Hi, this is Dr. Paul Corona. Before watching this one, if you haven't seen my first one on psychotropic medications, you might want to watch that first, because this is a follow-up for that one. I get the question a lot about what's the test for this. There is no blood test, there's no scan. So the test is, I'm going to explain, this is how medications work. I want to explain the nervous system. So the nervous system, the brain is the center, is composed of nerve cells, we call them neurons, and they communicate to the next cell by chemicals passing from one cell to the next. Around the body, about 1,000 times a second, over 100 billion of these cells in your body. In the space in between, we call the synapse, there's over 100 trillion in the body. So what's going on is that I focus on serotonin, norepinephrine, dopamine, and GABA. So those I call the big four neurochemicals. What's supposed to happen is they're all supposed to be going in a one-way direction forward. And that's what's supposed to happen on a constant basis. They're all supposed to be going this way. The problem becomes is leaks develop on the membrane at certain sites, and it causes a disruption of the flow so the chemicals then go backward. And that's the problem. And so what medications do, like antidepressants, they actually fix the leaks. Now, why do they happen? Genetics, hormone changes, stresses, trauma. It causes a disruption. So the most common ones we hear about are SSRIs, and they work on fixing the serotonin leak. And so basically what they do is they attach to that site, fix the leak, so it has to push that this way, which is what we want. Problem with SSRIs, side effects, sexual side effects, fatigue, stuff like that. I prefer SNRIs that also work on norepinephrine, so they also work on two chemicals, serotonin and norepinephrine, and get it that way. And now Wellbutrin works on dopamine. So the whole point of antidepressants is to fix the leakage and force the chemicals to go the right way. Things like mood stabilizers, let's say for bipolar disorder, they basically slow things down, like a dopamine and serotonin. So they work differently than antidepressants. But the point is, these are working with the body to try to fix the system. And what we're looking for is a normality of the system. So I call it the holistic solution to the problem, because they actually fix the underlying problem at the source. So when people ask me what the test is, well, the test is basically, if the treatment works, then I'm correct about the test. And what I'm looking for is results with no significant side effects. And if I don't see that, I move on and try something else. Sometimes we have to put things together also. But anyway, that in short is what medications do. If you have any comments or want me to go any further in any details, I can do that. But this is something that is easily fixable. It's a medical problem. It's not just a mental thing. It's a real medical problem that has a real medical solution. Thank you for listening.